Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It's great to have you here. It is the Wednesday following spring break. I'm halfway through the week after spring break. It's going well so far. I'm tired, but I'm doing well. So I've been to campus yesterday. Today's a work at home day, and then tomorrow I go back to campus. This week, the week after spring break usually drags a bit because it's the first week after spring break. You know, anytime you're coming back to work after a week or so off, it always drags for that first week before you like get sucked back into your normal rhythm and normal routine. So this week is going slow, which I'm appreciating that because I want things to go slow. But I know starting next week, and I was warning my students about this yesterday, and I'll warn tomorrow's students about it as well. Starting next week, like by the middle of next week, it's gonna feel like someone has hit the warp speed button and all of a sudden it's going to be the end of April, which is exciting and terrifying because I have a lot to do before the end of April. So it is still fairly early on Wednesday. We're going hiking. You and we're going to go hiking. I just figured I have a lot of teaching work to do and a lot of editing, book editing I want to do later this afternoon. And it would just be really nice if I could just get my hike done and out of the way. Not done and out of the way, but like I couldn't go for a hike yesterday, and I didn't go for one Monday because Sunday night, I went on Sunday, and then Sunday night I was in a lot of pain. And I woke up a few times throughout the night in a lot of pain. I finally took some medicine, and that did seem to help around like 5 a.m. But I decided to do yoga at home on Monday. So I haven't been for a hike since Sunday. So I've had the last 2 days off of hiking. So I really wanted to go for a hike today. It's like one of my top things I wanted to do today. So I figured, let me just do it first. That way, however much time is left after hiking, that is how much time I have left for everything else. It is a gorgeous morning. It is cooling down. So it was like 80 on Monday, or like 78 on Monday, and then it was 75 yesterday. It's supposed to be 73 today, and then tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, it's going back into the 60s. And then Sunday, I think it's going to be like 70 or 71. And then next week, it's going to go back up to like the mid to upper 70s. I was seeing some 80s. Those have dropped off. They could still come back. It's been doing this. So last week, it had like, over spring break, it had really cooled down, and then it warmed back up to the 80s, almost 80. Now it's cooling back down. That's very typical for March. So yeah, I'm trying, especially on these cooler days, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting out for hikes and enjoying hikes. And while during these cooler days, I'm also trying to do the Gateway Trailhead Park, because these are probably going to be the last few days that I can hike out here because of the way the trails are. And so probably next week I'll be hiking more out at Lost Dog Wash, which is exciting. You know, as I said when I first discovered Lost Dog Wash, if not for that, this would probably be the last like 4 or 5 days I'd be going hiking at all. So it's just the last 4 or 5 days I'm going to be hiking over here probably, but that's fine because we've got a whole other park that I can keep hiking at. So yeah, I'm just doing one of my normal trails. I'm just gonna go out for as far as I feel like it and then turn around. I'm not wanting to do anything fast. It does look like it's a little bit breezy, and it is still only 57, but it is full sun. So I've put on the sunscreen, but yeah, it should still be really nice. So it won't be cold, but I'm not gonna roast either. Let's get out and enjoy a hike and see what is blooming, because I can see some yellow on this creosote bush next to me. So the creosotes are starting to bloom along with all the wildflowers that have already been blooming. So let's go on a hunt for some wildflowers and desert blooms. It is spectacular out here. It has been so nice and quiet. I've passed a few people, or been passed by a few people, but I've mostly had the trail to myself. I can see there's a lot more people on the other trail. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do that one today, but I was thinking and kind of realized that this is probably the last day I'm going to be able to do this trail, because if I only have a few more days of hiking out at this park, I want to do, there's 2 other trails that I want to do before I'm kind of done hiking out here. So this is probably my last day doing this trail, and it's one of my favorite trails. It's just a simple, easy, out and back, 1.2 miles out. It's a very slight incline, so not that challenging, but it gets you moving. And then 1.2 miles back. But the views from this end of the trail are just spectacular. I just love it back here. I really do. Like, I wish I could start here and keep hiking up that way. This is what I was saying, how my favorite parts of this park take me at least a mile to get out to. But you can see there are people along this trail here. So there's some more people there, and there's some people there. So there's lots of people out on that trail. But there really isn't much out here at this trail, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm a bit gutted to be like, it's nearly the end of the season. It'll be several months probably before I come back and hike this particular trail. I'll come back and hike in the park over the next few days, but just, it's kind of the farewell hike to this particular trail. I always get weirdly emotional about that, but it's also kind of marking the passing of the seasons too. Like, when I'm not hiking, I know it's definitely summer, and when I'm starting to hike again, I know it's definitely autumn. And when it's really nice for hiking, I know it's definitely winter. But the wildflowers are definitely blooming. It's still very green at this time of the day because of the positioning of the sun. It's a different shade of green. It's a much lighter, more pastel kind of green because it's reflecting so much of the sunlight, but it's beautiful. It really is. It still feels really nice out here. It's still cool. It's warm. I can feel the warmth of the sun, but there's also a breeze, so it's pretty nice. I'm so tempted to just keep extending the hike and like hike over to this trail and join up there, but which is what I did the reverse of the other day when I got caught in the thunderstorm. But I'm telling myself, you will be hiking that trail another day, so you don't need to hike it today. And it's getting a bit later than I wanted to be out here just in terms of everything I have to do today, which I'm trying not to think about. I saw a hummingbird. I was stressing about how much work I have to do today and how is it gonna fit it all in, and did I need to cut my hike short and stuff like that. And then the hummingbird appeared. And if you've watched my vlogs before, you know that hummingbirds tend to appear to me when I am feeling stressed, and they are my sign to stop stressing. So I have stopped stressing about that and I'm just enjoying my hike, but I do need to start hiking back. Get back to the car, get back to the apartment, get back to work, get some food, make a smoothie probably. That nice cold frozen berry smoothie sounds really good right now. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the hike back. It's taken me like 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes to get out here. I think it'll only take me about 30 minutes to get back. I am gonna go a little bit faster going back, but I'm gonna flip the camera around and give you all one last look of this end of the park for this season from this particular vantage point. We will be seeing it from up that way, but yeah, gonna take some last pictures from this particular spot for this season and then head back. Okay, I'm home. It was quite warm in my car, so I decided to just get home and vlog. That was a lovely hike. I definitely need to get cleaned up now and get to work. I'm really trying. I've got a lot to do, but it's gonna be fine. And it doesn't all have to be done today. It's just, back from spring break, I was thinking I've got a lot to do this week, and the more I do today, the less I have to do on Friday, because Tuesdays and Thursdays, like I had a really good productive day on Monday. I got a lot done. My business writing class has started. Yeah, so it's going well, but I do have a lot I want to try to do. I just like having easier Fridays, so I just try to pack as much work as I can into Monday through Thursday so that I can have an earlier finish and a lighter day overall on Fridays. So I'm trying to stick to that. So yeah. But I'm also trying not to stress myself out over everything I want to try to do today. If it has to get done on Friday, it'll get done on Friday, and that's okay. So yeah, the hike was spectacular. I wish I could have spent more time out there. I wish I could have gotten out there earlier so that I could spend more time out there but still finish at about the same time. That would have been ideal, but still had a lovely, lovely hike. So many wildflowers, so many things blooming, so much green. It was so quiet. It was nice clear blue sky. Some clouds would have been nice. A little bit of shade from some clouds would have been appreciated. But it's still really cool breeze. It's just, yeah, I feel really good. I'm ready to make a smoothie. I'm ready to get cleaned up. I'm gonna make my smoothie first because I can be sipping on that while I'm cleaning up, and then I'm gonna sit down and get to work. Okay, it's later in the day. I'm finally done with teaching work and ready to go lay down, to be honest. I'm not feeling that well, so I'm really glad I went for my hike earlier today, although with this, the breeze has definitely picked up. It's now like actually windy outside, so I think it would be beautiful for a hike. It's gonna be a gorgeous sunset hike kind of day, I just know it. But I'm glad I went earlier because I don't really feel well, and I don't know if I would. Although typically when I have felt like this, hiking actually makes it feel a little bit better. I'm not going for a second hike today. I might do some yoga later. Basically it's GI stuff, and it's really irritating because I haven't done anything differently in these last few days. So this is what I was talking about when I first mentioned that I was going to see a GI specialist. Like, there's no obvious trigger. I don't know what this is being caused by, because I have been eating the same, drinking the same, working out the same, sleeping the same for the last several days. I have been feeling a lot better over the last couple weeks. And it's not that I'm feeling terrible today. I just, I can feel it. It's the it's what it feels like when something is just starting. And I don't know if it's going to continue to get worse or if it's going to get better, like if this is as bad as it's going to get. So yeah, I'm just annoyed. I'm just so annoyed. Long story short, I'm just not feeling that great, but I really want to do some editing. So I've been kind of having a really relaxing afternoon of working on teaching stuff. It's been mostly easy things, a lot of email, a lot of grading for my new class. So I'm trying to stay on top of that. And then I had some grading to catch up on some late assignments for my first year comp class. So I've just been doing a lot of kind of easy grading and admin and stuff like that. I have painted my nails. That was something I did as well. I'm going brighter for springtime, so I have put on by Nails Ink. This is Mornington Terrace, one of my favorite colors for spring. It's like a bright, like it really is like a bubblegum pink. It's not a hot pink, but it's not a pastel pink either. Like there is a brightness to this. So it's not a pastel like nudie type pink, but it's not, I do love like a bright, vibrant, hot pink fuchsia nail as well. That's more my summer go-to, but I love this for spring. So I have painted my nails and that's cheering me up a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna work on editing. So where are we at with editing? Let me get the project notebook out. I vlogged on, so the last big day I vlogged was Thursday when I did almost 14,000 words. Then I didn't vlog Friday, but on Friday I did just under 8,000 words. Saturday I vlogged, but didn't really vlog editing. I just mentioned and showed a clip of the notebook. Saturday I did 6,500 words. Then Sunday I didn't do anything. I took Sunday off. I was editing the vlog for Monday on Sunday, and in that vlog I said that I just wanted to try to edit 3 out of the remaining 4 days of spring break, and I had edited Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I thought, you know what? I told myself 3 out of the 4. I've done 3 out of the 4. I'm gonna take Sunday off. So I did, and it was really nice. And then Monday, I need to put a 0 for yesterday. Monday, I did 5,400 words, and so I have so far edited 33,679 words in the book. So that's about a third of the way, a little less than a third. So then I didn't edit yesterday. So as of yesterday, my total was still 33,679. By the end of today, I need to be to 35,000. I only would need 2,000, less than 2,000 words to get to that. So I'm definitely gonna get to that. But by the end of tomorrow, I need to be to 40,000. And I don't think I'm gonna do any editing tomorrow. So I would like to try to get 2 chapters done today. That would probably get me up to about 40,000, if not slightly over. If I can only get 1 chapter today, and if I end up being slightly below 40,000, I would probably catch up on Friday. So if I can't do 2 chapters today, I'm pretty sure I can do 2 chapters on Friday. So I think by this weekend I would catch up. But it would be nice to get ahead today and then continue getting ahead on Friday. I have been skipping around a little bit. So I had done chapters 1 through 3, and then chapter 5, and then I think chapter 7. So it was chapters 4 and 6 that I hadn't done. I've now done chapter 4. I went back, that was what I did on Monday. I did that one on Monday. And so now it's just chapter 6, I think, or maybe it was chapter 7. Maybe I did chapter 6, but it was chapter 7 I didn't get, I can't remember. But I know there were 2 chapters. Like I did a few, skipped one, did 1 or 2, skipped another one, did one after that. So I've been going slightly out of order because there were some days where I knew that the chapters I was skipping needed more work than I had mental capacity to deal with, whereas the next chapter was going to be super easy. So I just did the easy chapters. So today is the last so far of the ones I've skipped that I need to do, and then I'll be back like in regular order, and we'll try to keep going just in regular order. When it comes to developmental editing, I don't generally like to skip around. That's okay for copy editing or even line editing when you're looking like on a sentence by sentence level, but when you're still looking at like the big picture, I don't like skipping around. But in this case, I knew what I was skipping and I knew it wasn't impacting what I was editing in the next chapter, so like it was okay, but I don't want to keep doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna get to editing, see how far I can get in the next hour-ish, and we'll see how many words I can get edited. Okay. It's taken me a while, a little bit longer than I had anticipated working, but I did manage 2 chapters. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I have now done chapters 1 through 9. So the first 9 chapters are done. That's 9 out of 24, plus there's an epilogue. So I still have a ways to go, but I have now edited 44,919 words, which means I'm pretty much good to take tomorrow off. Total word count for the project is still a little bit higher than I would like. We're still at 111,258 words total in the manuscript. I would really like to try to get it down around 110 at the most. I don't mind book 4 being a little bit longer because it's a whole new set of main characters, and so there's just more backstory and introductions and exposition and things like that. So I don't mind if this is a little bit longer, but I don't want it to be massively long. So I think part of the copy editing stage will be to just trimming things down and making sure that every sentence is as tight as possible. Editing's going well. I'm feeling good now that I've got my tracker, I've got my daily goals. Like that, for me, that really is the biggest game changer for editing. With writing, it's easy to know I need to sit down and write X number of words every day so that I get to my total word count by such and such deadline. So it's very easy for me to be focused on that goal, but also still be flexible with that goal, because I can do less words one day and just know that I've got to write more words the next day or more words that weekend to make up for any words that I don't write on a given day. And so with editing, I have learned that I have to stick to that word count mentality and a word goal, rather than I have to edit 1 chapter a day or 2 chapters a day, because that, I don't know why, it shouldn't be that different, but if I can't edit a whole chapter, then I feel like I've failed. somehow. Whereas if I can at least do a few thousand words in a 5,000 word chapter, I haven't finished the chapter, but I've still made some significant progress on editing. And so I'm glad I remembered that I had done this with the Candle Shop of Wicks and Whimsy, because I know it made a huge difference with editing that project. And it makes the editing feel a little bit more fun because it sounds better. Like, it just does, to say that I edited 11,243 words today instead of saying I edited 2 chapters. Like, 2 versus 11,000 plus. One of them sounds like way more. I think that's my like editing hack, my editing tip. If you struggle with maintaining motivation, don't count chapters you're editing, count words you're editing, or count number of comments. If you're someone who like puts a million comments in your document, or like if you're working with a professional editor and they send back your document with like 150 comments on the file, then setting a goal of I'm going to address 5 comments every day. Again, it gives you more of a number to like be tracking. So yeah. It's working, and I'm editing again, and that's all that matters, because I feel like I was not editing for a really long time and it was starting to really stress me out. It's been a gorgeous afternoon. The sun is just about to set. I had some storm clouds move through. I could smell the rain. It didn't rain here, but I could smell that it was raining close by. It was very breezy. The breeze has kind of stopped, which has made me sad. I hope the breeze picks back up because I just love the sound of the wind through the trees. I'm ready for a slow night. I'm ready to just relax and unwind and watch some TV for a little bit, and then probably do some reading for a little bit. I've started like turning off TV and YouTube, or turning off like watching stuff at like 8:30, and then from 8:30 until like 9:30, I'm just putting on like study with me videos or read with me videos on YouTube, and having just that music and ambiance, usually something lo-fi music, and then reading. And it's been amazing. And then by like 9:30, I'm actually ready to get in bed. So probably gonna do that again tonight and see if I can go to sleep early. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna go migrate over to the couch and just get on with a super cozy, super quiet, super relaxed, super stress-free, hopefully, evening. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up and go relax. It is now the end of the evening, or nearly the end of the evening. It is the time in the evening when I have been switching from watching TV to reading. It's a routine that's been working, so I'm not gonna mess with it. It feels like it's still a little early to like say if it's going to last, because I'm usually pretty bad at sticking with routines. I've got a low battery light. Let's go fix the battery and we'll finish this vlog at the desk instead. I thought we'd finish it here in the kitchen and probably hear the sprinklers have turned on. Thankfully, the battery I was charging earlier today is now charged. But I actually need to plug this in somewhere else because that extension cord is going to get turned off. Here, we can plug this in back here and that can charge. I'm gonna turn off that extension cord. That is the one that my external monitor is plugged into and the fairy lights around the desk. This lamp on the desk, my squirrel lamp, that will turn off at like, I think it's set to 9:15 or something like that. It feels so nice and cool over here by the desk. But yeah, that's kind of one reason. Leaving these windows open is one of the reasons why I've been sitting out here at the couch and reading instead of getting in bed and reading. It means that I can leave these windows open. I think once it's more summer and the air conditioning is on all day long, then I might switch back to reading in bed before I go to sleep. But I am really liking sitting out here. I might just stick with it. Or I can always put my noise canceling headphones on and come sit in my armchair over here in the desk now. I have sat in this chair a few times now during the day while working or in the evening. So I am actually making use of the armchair now, which is really nice. But it is motivating me to clean up this mess because this is kind of like, this is the view when I'm sitting in that chair. So obviously the laundry rack I can move in front of the sliding door for the balcony or something like that. So the laundry rack can move, but the pile of boxes is kind of not the nicest thing to look at when I'm sitting in this armchair. But yeah, it's been really nice to be able to sit there, and like if I've got something for work that I'm reading through but that I don't need the external monitor, I can like sit there but still feel like I'm in the office and not be tempted to like turn on the TV or something like that. So I just find that when I had it over by the door, if I'm gonna sit in the living room, I want to sit on the couch. But the armchair, having it over here, it's like if I want to still be in the office and feel like I'm in office mode, but I want somewhere more comfortable than this chair, then that one's really nice. I'm gonna try, I was already thinking this, and then one of you DM'd me on Instagram and reminded me of potentially getting an arm, a swing arm for my new monitor when I get it. And I was thinking if I had a monitor arm and had the monitor mounted to an arm, I could easily spin the monitor around to be viewable from that armchair, which I think would just be a really good idea. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the arm at the same time that I get the monitor. I might have to do the monitor first and then get the arm. But yeah, I'm kind of excited at that idea. I think for the summer that would be really, really cool to be able to have the monitor be visible from both spaces, either here at the desk or sitting in that armchair. So yeah, the new office arrangement has been working really well. I know it's still early days, I know it's still the honeymoon phase, but I have a really good feeling about this layout. I don't think it's going to get stale as fast. I feel like the old layout, I loved the L, I really did. I loved having the second workspace, especially at the time I was working on doing cover design, and so that was nice. But when I wasn't working on something, it felt like pretty quickly I realized that second desk, both the desktop and the space under the desk was just going to become a catch-all space that was then easy to ignore. Whereas now, when I have an Amazon box or something, it's just going to sit in the middle of this floor. That will make me want to get rid of it. When I have mail that needs to be sorted or something, like this is the only desk space. I can put things temporarily on my little footstool or on the chair, but again, I'm not going to want to let it live there for long. I'm going to want to sort through things and get rid of them, or, you know, throw out trash, throw out junk mail, recycle stuff, that sort of thing. So I think having less space to put stuff is going to make me stay on top of the stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, I am, if you're wondering how the new office is working out, really well. It's working out really well. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I just find that, like, even for like work stuff, like teaching work stuff, I'm just enjoying coming to the desk, and I feel really happy in my office space right now. Anyway, I'm gonna stop gushing about my office. I'm going to go get stuff starting to be put away, and then I'm going to sit back down on the couch and do some reading. I thought there was only one book left in that Avon Ellis series that I was reading. Turns out there was another one. There are 4 books total. Only 3 have had the covers redone. So I got the 4th one, but with the old cover. And then reading that one, there's a character in that one that has his own story in another series that I'd already read, but now this is making me like wanting to know, like, what happened next? So now I've gone back to that series and I'm rereading his book. This is the problem with Avon Ellis's books. They're all interconnected and they all like feed into the other, and so you just want to know what happens to the next group of characters. So they're very addictive. Even when you've already read them. So yeah, I'm still reading Avon Ellis, but I do have an Olivia Spring book. There's a series of hers that I'm trying to get caught up on. So I've read 2 of the books in that series, but they're the 2nd and 3rd book. So I've got the 1st book downloaded. I'm gonna read that next after the current Avon Ellis book that I'm reading, and then I'll go back to book 4 of the Olivia Spring series and then finish out that series. So yes, I'm just gonna switch to another indie romance author and binge a lot of her books, because that's the mood I'm in right now. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, so I don't really care. Anyway, this outro has gotten long enough. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would be amazing as well. Leave me a sleepy face emoji, because that is me right now. I am the sleepy face emoji. I feel like I've got a bunch of Z's floating above my head. So yeah, you can leave me the sleepy face emoji to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog. And yeah, I don't have a question, so just leave me the sleepy face emoji. And I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. I'm just gonna go read and then go to sleep. So I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!